Juju here from Juju Tech. A little bit of a different intro. I'm going to set up a timeline for you guys so you guys can understand and see the sequence of events that I went through for 2023 Autumn Matsuri. So Matsuri this year was like, it was awesome, phenomenal. I couldn't be any more grateful, any more happier. I went to Matsuri this year with my 180SX. I had my parents here. That was probably the highlight of the trip. And not only that, but I got to have fun with my friends. Hal flew in from the States. I got to drive with him. It was just such a good time being able to see my friends that are down south in Fukushima, my friends that came to Ebisu from Tokyo. Like, it was a good time. It really was. I had a blast. I want to put it out there right now. None of this would have been able to happen if it wasn't for, I'd say, a good handful of people, starting with Donald from Pinku Style, Rob from Big D's, Bryant from Bryant Racing, the homie. He came in clutch. My dad and myself. And actually, one more person, it would be my buddy Langston. Between all of us, we actually threw down and got my 180 ready, and it was a tight one. For a second, I didn't think I was gonna make it, and we made it. Like, believe it or not, we made it to Matsuri. Car was not done, but we made it to Matsuri, and we got it done over there. All right, guys, so probably about, maybe I should say like 2 weeks prior to Matsuri, I ended up getting the car ready to go to MSP. I was like, you know what? Let me shake it down. We have 2 weeks. If anything breaks, I should have plenty of time to go ahead and fix what broke or fix what needs to be fixed, and still be ready for Matsuri. So, make a long story short, I'm gonna put up the clip here. So as you guys can see, car's running on the track, and I'm, having a good time. I'm yelling, screaming in the car, and like, I cannot believe that the car is like driving under its own power, much less it was phenomenal. I loved it. It was great. The only bad thing was, at the time, e-brake was non-existent. I didn't have it hooked up yet. So I knew that was one thing going into that shakedown. I knew that was gonna be one thing that I was gonna have to do to the car, which I did. I did it actually shortly after. Not only that, but as I was driving home from MSP after that shakedown day, the car had no headlights at the moment, so I got caught in the dark chasing Langston, or following Langston. And then not only that, but the car got extremely loud. I couldn't figure out why the car got so loud. And come to realize, the turbo to manifold studs ended up backing themselves out. The nuts, at least, ended up backing themselves out. And one stud, I think, backed itself out as well. And the car, like, I'm surprised I didn't lose. I didn't lose the turbo. Like, it was wild. I'll probably never ever do that again. Make sure I trailer my cars the next time. And yeah, also I got to shake down Hal's car. That was awesome. I had such a good time with that. Hal's car is such a unit. That car it turn the key on and you go. The car is so much fun. Now, I ended up leaving the car at Blind's house. I ended up coming the next day, pulling everything out on the hot side, fixing it, calling a bunch of people to see who has parts. Nobody has parts, and I ended up calling Donald over at Pinku Style, and thankfully he had bench stock. And I even made a post on my social media that he had bench stock. Big shout out to Donnie. Donnie came clutch with that. That was awesome. I can't believe it. It was like a miracle. I was like, you have it? He's like, yeah, man, I got it. And then next thing you know, I'm like racing over there, go pick up the parts that I need. I'm headed back to Blinds, and I ended up pulling, like, I think that weekend, it was the week prior, it was the week prior to Matsuri. I ended up pulling some late nights, and it actually, worked in my favor. And then from there, we ended up getting tires ready, getting everything ready for the car, probably like a couple days prior. Dropped the car off over at Rob's. loaded it up on the trailer, and then Thursday we actually drove from Misawa down to from Misawa down to Nihon Matsu, and then we ended up staying in Nihon Matsu the night. Friday morning the car arrived, and yeah, I went to go turn the car on. Car didn't turn on. I was a little confused because I, drove it onto the truck, and I guess with the vibration and with the shaking of the car on the truck, I guess some wires came undone for the fuel pump, so I had no fuel, and I was like very confused. I was like, wait, what's going on here? We ended up sorting that out, and then we ended up bolting some seatbelts in because car had no bolting in harnesses because the car didn't have harnesses at the time. And then yeah, there was plenty of stuff to do at the time prior to Matsuri. Is just with my job, with my work, I didn't have time outside of work to go ahead and work on the car at the time. But things got done. Fixed the fuel pump at the track. We bolted down some harnesses, and then from there we ended up hooking up the e-brake cable at the same time. Shout out to my dad. He actually came clutch with that. And then yeah, car was acting a little weird on Friday. I'm sorry, we didn't do the e-brake Friday. We ended up essentially just driving it as it was. I wanted to make sure the car was great. Car drove. It was raining on Friday. Car drove fantastic. It did what it was supposed to do. No complaints. I was super happy. And I was like, you know what? Let me call it a night before things get too serious. The guys were out there tandeming and getting real close. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to call it because I want to drive hard for Matsuri. And that's exactly, some of what I did. I ended up calling it early. We went, got dinner, hung out. And then Saturday morning, wake up bright and early, Matsuri. That Saturday morning for Matsuri, it was go time. It was seriously go time. And I ended up having, on Friday, a brake line burst. And that's another reason why I shut the car down early. So it was no e-brake, and 2 brake lines in the front bursted on me. And I was losing my mind. I was like, oh man, I started asking everybody at the track who had brake lines, Well, I needed to find something. Hardware store only had hard lines. I needed 2 soft lines. There were 2 soft lines that broke on the fronts. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to call a friend that's in Aomori. I'll pay for them to, drive down if worst case scenario, you know what I mean? Or even if I have to go up to Aomori, I'll do it at this point. So buddy of mine, Brian, he drove down with 2 soft braided brake lines, came down, hooked it up. That morning, Dad and I were able to put him in, and then he ended up working on the e-brake. We got the car ready, good to go. All right, cool, sweet, let's get it. The car was good. Shook it down on on the school course. Car did great, just as I expected. Car did amazing. E-brake worked properly. Brakes were phenomenal. And then went down to Toge on Saturday, and I've driven Toge before. Toge was never a track that I was scared of. It was just a track that I knew I had to commit at. So I'm driving on Toge, and I'm doing 2-3 sight laps, just gripping it at the most. And then I was like, you know what? Let's turn it up. Let's get it, and let's start boogieing. So I get out and come up the hill. I'm all right, cool. Let's get it. I'm come up the hill, drop down to first. Bring it on first, let it hit the lemmy, bounce to second, and I'm moving, and I'm being cognizant, but at the same time I'm making sure I commit, because if you don't commit on Toge, you could potentially hurt yourself. And I'm moving, just moving, and did 2-3 laps. Car was feeling great. I was having a blast on Toge, and then 1 more lap went through, and I almost flipped the car. It was something that I did not expect. It actually took me off. The car, I guess, understeered. Or maybe I didn't commit enough. I don't know. But the car came back. It was on all 4s. And yeah, I think I ended up parking the car around 3-4 o'clock. Or I'm sorry, after Toge we did some Nishi Long. And then it's probably 4 or 5 o'clock. I went ahead, I parked the car, and from parking the car, we went to grab dinner again, and then I came back for some night drifting. Now, my headlights are already, working at this point, and, I was like, let's get some night drifts in. We went down to school. I was gonna go up to North, but it was just gridlocked. I couldn't get my car up there. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna play at school. There's about a good 12, 20 cars. Bumped into Donnie down there, surprised me. And, started driving, having fun. And then, I'm not the best person to drive with at night. I can't see if I wear glasses. And essentially I started chasing taillights all night. And I ended up following a white 33. Remember it clear as day. It was a white R33. It said something about a drift school on the side of it. And I seen that thing spin out right in front of me. And my life flashed before my eyes. I reacted very quick, and I actually, surprisingly, I saved it in the wet, and it was dark. And after that, I think I did like maybe 3-4 more laps, and I was like, all right, that's it. No more driving for the night. Tomorrow, we're gonna go hard. We're gonna put this car down into the ground. We're gonna burn it down. We're gonna blow a motor. Whatever's gonna happen, happens, at least as long as it's tomorrow. So, now that I've filled you guys in with a timeline, I'm going to go ahead and play everything. I know it was a little bit long of an intro, but I had to let you guys know what was going on, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I had camera difficulties, car difficulties. It was a weekend, but I'll tell you what, that weekend, I would say it was probably one of the best Matsuris for the books. Like, it was a solid weekend with all my homies. My parents were in town. Like, it was just great. Anyways, let's get to the video. Peace. What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. This is Juju here from Juju Tech. So I've kind of done a little bit of some videos like throughout the past couple weeks. It's been a pretty busy last couple weeks and last couple days. Lots of sleepless nights. We're currently here at Pinku Style. We have the 180 and Langston's 15 behind us. We are getting the cars ready for Matsuri. The 180 did a shakedown the other day. Perfect. Ran into like some small minor issues, but we'll cover that later. And yeah, we're gonna throw these things on the dyno, and we have some guests with us. Mom and dad are in town, came from the States, and then yeah, I got Donnie, Langston in the back. Get ready to throw it on the dyno. So let's get it. 180 is on the dyno, strapped in. The fuel button. So yeah, Donnie's got the car on the dyno. He's gonna get ready to do a quick shakedown. Donnie, you got any predictions on numbers?
Maybe like 230.
230?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
What do you say?
230. What about you?
I don't know. My car revs, so I'm thinking like maybe around 3.
3?
I'm gonna say probably about 285. If it was rotary swap, then it'd be about 700.
You hear this guy?
What did Bobby say?
What do you think it'll make for horsepower?
I don't know, 270?
I'm gonna go right at 250. Happy number. All right, guys, this is hole number 3. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. This is Juju here from Juju Tech. We are here at Drift Matsuri. We are currently in the Driftland
parking lot, and I have the 180 behind me. So, yesterday, we've been here since yesterday, drove down Thursday night. Obviously, we did the dyno, we did everything else, and yeah, yesterday we ran into some small issues. Fuel pump, ground was not grounded, you know, and just minor things. E-brake is not connected at 100% yet, and yeah, there's like minor things that we're you know, experiencing and going through here at Drift Matsuri. Today is the start day of Drift Matsuri, and yeah, yesterday was just a rough day in general for everyone's car. Langston's back here. We're gonna get ready to drop his mission out of his car. Dad's down there connecting the e-brake cables for me, and gotta bleed a brake because I bursted a brake line, so we gotta go find one. Actually, it's been a chaotic day yesterday, and today is even crazier. But we're gonna get everything going, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun this weekend. I'm excited. All the boys, all the saucy boys are down there. Actually, my old Mark 2 is down there too. But yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. I'm excited. And yeah, a lot of wrenching so far. It's been a lot of wrenching. So yeah. Anyways, let me get to work, and I will get back on the camera when we get ready to go out. I think we're gonna hit Nishi first. Maybe if the e-brake's working, maybe north. Who knows? We'll see. Anyways, yeah, let's get to work. But I bent my front wheel, unfortunately. It's gonna be an interesting last last day, or interesting Saturday for sure. I rode the wall up on North Course, I'm sorry, Toge by accident, and yeah. Overall though, car's got juice. Car has a lot of juice. So yeah, e-brake and brakes are working. So yeah. Alright guys, so my parents are here in Japan with me, and my mom's favorite animal is a tiger.
Yes.
So dad's over there, Max, and yeah.
Hi, buddy. Aww.
Get close, put your hand there, Mom, see what
Oh,
happens.
sure.
Oh.
Oh, right back.
Oh. Yeah, I like this one. This one's cool.
The white one is beautiful.
That's a nice pussy. Also, the PSM 915S wheels are holding up to the abuse. Major shout out to Donnie. Yesterday could have been very bad. I could have flipped the car like really bad. Luckily, I was able to save it and put it back down on all fours. The only thing that happened was just some minor scratches here on the wheel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. These wheels hold up. They do what they're supposed to. Not only did I, go airborne with them in Toge course, Donnie DB'd one at Laguna Seca on the corkscrew. So these wheels are designed to do what they need to do. So if you guys are interested in purchasing some PSM 915S, I highly suggest you guys go ahead and email Donnie at donald@pinkustyle.com. Today's the last day of Drift Matsuri. We're gonna go ahead and probably drive all of today out on Nishi. We have probably close to, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We've got about 10, 12, about 10, almost 12 pairs, 12 tires, not including what's on the car, to burn for Drift Matsuri. I'm super excited. Yesterday was kind of a setback. We had some issues with a brake line bursting and a little bit of a fuel pump failure. But other than that, the car is doing what it needs to do. Super happy, super excited. Let's do a quick overview on the car and let's get out on track. Hey, Brian, how are you doing?
We're doing.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want to see something funny?
What?
Look, my lights are on, right?
Yeah.
Look what happens when I turn them off. Just Matsuri things, I guess. But look, turn them on.
Leave the lights on.
I guess so.
I guess you'll be able to drive, no problem.
Yeah, I can drive at night, no problem.
Leave the lights on. Okay.
I'll figure it out.
All right, heck yeah. We got Joshi here with the Crustacea. How you doing, bud?
What's up, buddy? How you
Good?
good?
You ready?
For what?
Drive?
Already been driving.
Yeah? Are you going
Yeah.
Nishi?
Unlike you, I've been driving.
Charlie, you taking mom for a ride? Send it. Send it. Matsuri.
All right, guys. So we just went out to Nishi Short, did some laps. Car drove amazing. The only downside is car caught fire. So a little bit of I wouldn't say negligence on my end. Something I should have noticed right before I went out. My tension rod bolts that bolts my LCA, they were a little loose, and I noticed it before I went out. And I pulled over, brought the car back to the pits, assessed the issue, did another bolt check, and I topped off on, obviously I topped off on power steering fluid, right? Now, what I didn't do, what I messed up to do was, when I checked the power steering fluid, this usually sits up here, right? And I guess I moved it, and it sat right there on the manifold, and it caught, the heat wrap is what caught fire. Something that I should have noticed before I closed the hood, I didn't, and yeah, obviously these things happen, but you know, for building a car for 9 months and it doing 32 hours straight of Matsuri and you know, just beating on it, it did amazing. Time to pack everything up and time for us to get back to Misawa. We will probably be yanking all this stuff out probably next week. I'm gonna wash the car one last good time because I did use the fire extinguisher and it does eat into a lot of the metal, especially these Nissans. And yeah, all I've got to say is Matsuri has been great. You know, bent the wheel on Toge, car caught fire, car still runs and drives. I can't ask for any more. So yeah, it's been a great Matsuri. Great Matsuri, I can't complain. So yeah, anyways. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It wasn't exactly a full video with driving and all that stuff like I usually do, but I wanted it to be a little different, a little bit more special. So yeah. Now it's time to start getting the cars ready and send them back to Misawa. What happened?
See if you can have Max give you a hand, because I'm helping out Langston.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I gotta put all the stuff that's there on my truck, my car. My car's staying here.
My fuel light is low.
Haha, real funny. That's not going on YouTube.